Gotta listen. What they say, you gotta keep the grass low. Snakes in the grass. Snakes in
Yeah,
the
what
garden.
Wayne said, no snakes at the Carter till the garden cut the grass. Carter 2, the best Carter out of all the Carters.
Over 3?
Over 3.
Are we sure about that?
This is definitely nostalgic because when the Carter 2 dropped, like that was a very special period in my life. Like The
You was
Mob is my favorite Wayne song ever.
you and that hustling music. You feel something in that?
Yeah, man, I just got my license around that time. Life was
You got your
great.
license in 05?
Yeah. Nah, that didn't come out in 05. That came, yeah, that's not right. Because it came out the same summer as the first album I ever bought when I got my license was Thug Motivation 101. And I believe the Carter 2 came out
Listen,
there.
listen to ladies and gentlemen. If there's one thing Danny Ocean gonna go back and talk about, it's that TM 101.
That shit, it's still 20 years later, it still go. That was one of the best summers of my life.
And then what?
Hey, no skips. And I think the Carter 2 came out that fall because Santana dropped his first solo album. That felt like it was like that run. Vince Carter is the best Carter by Jamie. No.
Well, now if we start thinking about Carters, we got
there's one Carter,
buddy. Couple Carters. They married now.
Yeah, it's like buddy. You want to talk about Carters? Good Lord.
Carters. By the way, for anyone who's curious, the Boston Celtics are up 21-16 in their season opening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 161 of Speak On It. Very special NBA tip-off edition. Of course, when you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix, still employed as of right now.
Oh, God.
With my great friend, Danny Ocean. How are you doing?
I'm great. This is the best time of year, man. Like week 7 in NFL. We got basketball.
Baseball been turning up.
I'm about to say the World Series. Like these next, like the World Series about to start. But Triple H in his bag.
He is. Listen, when we get to our WWE section, I just want people to start really calling me D Mixtradamus. Because I sat here and I said it.
And you said it.
Now, before we get into that, Bam's coming in here because Bam is 5-2. Danny, remember last night when I was telling you James Conner's going to piss one of us off?
I won by 0.24. Because James Conner fought for an extra yard, and brother, God bless you. I am now 3 and what am I?
I'm 4-3. I'm 3-4. Listen, so here's the thing. So last night, remember when I was talking to you about James Conner, you were like, yo, you root for him extra hard. So basically what happened was when Baker threw those garbage time touchdowns, I was down by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
138, 130. It was 138.2 to 136.24. On James Conner's last run, I went from being down 138.20 to being up 136.24 to 136.20, and I won that game. So I'm sitting here like, see, the gods will give you one and they'll take one from you. Because then I went to that game and I said, oh, you motherfucker. Listen, I just got to giggling like, yo, honestly, I cannot be mad at this. I cannot be mad at this. Like, I can't. If you're going to lose, these are the type of games you want to lose because you just laugh. You just laugh. Like, bruh, like if bruh would have been 6 inches shorter.
You would have won. You would have won by like a half a point. And shout out to Baker's garbage time touchdowns because in our redraft league, I started Baker this week because Dak was on a bye, and I was down like 10. And I was like, that's a wrap for me. I'm getting closer to the bottom, and then Baker came through. Last night was a great night for me.
Yeah, for fantasy purposes, I went 4-5, which is good because the last 2 weeks before I was 2-7, and I was really struggling. So it was good. And I got a win in one league that I really needed to get a win in. The redraft league. Listen.
Yeah, the redraft is getting interesting because I think we're both getting hot. Like my team is getting healthy, and Amari Cooper to Buffalo, that might be the move to save my season.
Listen, yo, how about let's talk about the redraft league since
let's just start with fantasy.
Since we here in that redraft league, listen, Jordan Love, who's it? I want to start talking about Jordan Love. I'm gonna start calling him Jordan Favre because, bruh, yo. Listen, Jordan Love will throw like one of the craziest, why would you throw that interceptions, right? And on the very next drive, he will throw that same throw, but this time he completes it. You'd be mad as hell, like, damn, but okay, I'll take it.
He got Brett on one shoulder and Aaron on the other shoulder, and they just talking to him. That's
like
all it is.
Did you see the touchdown to Tucker Kraft?
Yes.
Yo, that should not have been thrown in anybody's vicinity. But
yes. It went right. That's the one that went right to the guy's hands, right? Yeah, like what?
I'll take it.
It's some y'all can find a quarterback, but God can't find a kicker to save your life. No.
Now we got one. Brandon McManus won us a game, and shout out Brandon McManus because he was going through some things. Got his name cleared.
What do y'all struggle with? Because every organization struggles with something.
Defense, particularly in the run game.
Okay, so like defensive line.
Yo, Joe Mixon was cooking. You watch that game? Joe Mixon was.
I had Joe Mixon in redraft.
Yeah, he was. Cooking.
Yeah.
So speaking of redraft, I got Jordan Love and Saquon Barkley.
Oh, you won by a mile.
I also got Justin Jefferson and Jaden Reed.
That's the one we're in together, right?
Mm-hmm. So those are my core pieces that I feel like as long as they do what they do on a weekly basis, I'm gonna be all right. I also listen, Najee Harris, hit or miss. I'm gonna ride him out. Pause. I'm gonna ride it out. Like I'm gonna put him in there and see how he rocks. I also got Rashad White, hit or miss. But when that Joker be hitting, listen, Rashad White be cooking when the Bucks are down.
Same. He does.
I also got Michael Pittman Jr., Wan'Dale Robinson, Evan Ingram, Josh Downs, Rico Dowdle. On this team, I had Brandon Ayuk. Obviously, you know what happened there.
Yeah.
I'm 3-4. Big win last week against a former champion. Putting myself right in the thick of things with you, my friend.
Yeah.
Trying to get into that playoff race, that 5-6 range. I think maybe tough for us to get that 1 seed unless we go on a crazy run, but it's still a lot of season left.
Right now, I'm just trying to get as far away from last place as possible. Like that's it.
Joe has a 2-game lead for last place. 1-6. You're the next closest at 3-4, but
we getting healthy. So funny you mentioned that. So Greg just sent a trade proposal over in that redraft league, and I want you to hear this. Mm-hmm. So when I say no, you understand why. Mm-hmm. He wants Devontae Adams and Javonte Williams for Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson, the receiver?
Yes. Ramondre Stevenson and Tajay Spears.
Okay.
Why is he like this?
I'm not going to say he's smoking anything, but that's ridiculous. I feel like I should trade for a wide receiver in this league. I just don't know.
I got some.
Like, do you lean on Wan'Dale and Michael Pittman Jr.? Listen, this 3-headed monster I got at running back, though, is something serious. Here's why I like this trio of Barkley, Harris, and Rashad White. I got one of each type of running back. A receiving back, an elusive do-it-all back, and then a power back. And 3 different... Listen, Saquon Barkley is the Eagles' offense. It's Saquon, deep shot to A.J. Brown. We're going to talk about it, but I'm getting sick and tired of watching the fucking Eagles play football, man. It is nasty for the eyes to watch. But when Saquon gets
it's not that bad. It's not Arizona Cardinal football.
Yeah, that was
it's not Kansas City Chiefs football.
Yeah. How are you feeling in redraft? You feel like if you get
I feel like I said, Devontae to the Jets, he could be on the trade block, not too. Like, I'm okay about that. But Amari to Buffalo, like, I think that might be my ticket. So like every week I have to juggle between Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, Marvin Harrison, and Amari Cooper. Like that's gonna take because Joe Mixon's the running back, Bijan's my running back. Like everyone's starting to get healthy. We'll see what Devontae does in New York, but if not, like Amari, Devontae, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Like I don't know if I'm gonna win this league.
Do you trust Marvin Harrison in the connection with Kyler Murray?
Yes, I do. It has to develop. They don't have a choice. Like he's too good. Like who's the offensive coordinator in Arizona?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Does Shane Steichen call the plays?
Shane Steichen's in Indianapolis.
I mean, Jonathan Gannon was.
He's defense. Yeah, he's a defensive coordinator.
Jonathan Gannon about to be back in Philadelphia next year.
No, he not. Hell no, he not. Don't bring him anywhere near me.
Let me tell you something. In this redraft league, how do you feel about Zorian's team at first place? Does he move you? C.J. Stroud, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, T. Higgins, Bills defense, Jesse Bates. He's also got Rome Odunze, JSN, Zach Moss.
It's the A.J. Brown. That's the every week A.J. Brown is going to catch a go ball. Every week.
It's funny. He has a touchdown in every game that he plays. It's hilarious.
Yes, he does.
I'm going to be honest with you. I keep looking at my team and I'm saying, man, when this team gets to cooking, it's hard to keep up because when Saquonin, come on, bro.
Nothing you can do.
None you can do.
I think that league, like I said, it's the farther away we get from last place, the more I can focus on. Because how many people are tied for 1, 2, 3, 4? There are 4 of us who are 3 and 4. Like the league is wide open.
And there's only 2 games to separate 1st through 6th.
Because I just beat Zorian. So yeah, like I just beat him this week.
So yeah. Now let's go to the most hilarious league there is.
The best league.
The redraft league.
You mean the Dynasty League?
I mean, that's what I mean. The Dynasty League. The Dynasty League. My apologies. For those who don't know, me and Danny are also in a Dynasty League that I commission as well. Shout out to Bam. Shout out to Kyle. Sounds like Bam's having some success this year. 5-2 in second place. Kyle continues to roll at 6-1.
Oh, Kyle is a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like his team last year was kind of mid, and all of a sudden, that's the great thing about like Dynasty. Like all it takes is a couple savvy moves, and you're in contention.
Yeah, you be right there. Why is Bam saying Cooper Kupp to the Ravens? I got to go check.
I'm on my phone right now trying to find anything that says something like that, and I can't find it.
He just be lying.
But yeah.
So how are you feeling about the team in redraft? You moved. You're still in 5th after that win. I dropped all the way down to 4th. I mean, I dropped all the way down to 8th after my loss, but I don't know if I'm too worried. Still think I got a pretty good team.
Yeah. For me, like the past couple of weeks, like someone on my roster leaves the game like first quarter. Like 2 weeks ago, Dallas Goedert, first drive hamstring, he's out. Who was it this week? Well, David Montgomery came back, but he was this week. Like again, it's another one of those things. Like if they get healthy.
How lucky are you that both Juju and Mike Evans go out and both be in my lineup? That is honestly insane.
Well, here's the thing though. If Mike Evans doesn't catch that touchdown, it's not close. Like he caught that when I was like, that's going to be the killer. I was like, Mike Evans.
And then I'm sitting there on 2 drives later, watching him hurt his hamstring, and I'm like, bro, come. I said, not Mike Evans. And then they lost Chris Godwin. Talk to me about that in the NFL. Talk to me about the Monday night games last night. Cardinals, Chargers, Ravens, Bucks. Listen, the Cardinals and the Chargers, that game was stinky. Shout out to the Chargers. I mean, shout out to the Cardinals for pulling that one out, but boy, that was stinky. Talk to me about the Ravens and the Bucks and what you thought just coming out of that game.
The thing I got out of that game was we getting a Ravens-Chiefs AFC Championship game rematch. Those are the best 2 teams in the AFC. And if Lamar is playing then the way he is now, Lamar Jackson will be in the Super Bowl. 5 touchdowns. he makes it look so easy. Like that throw to Rashad Bateman was 50 yards in the air. Nothing. Like he barely. Whatever, man. Get that man his third MVP. Like, what are we talking about here?
Here's the thing. I think he's so good, playing so well right now. It's like you just gotta beat 15. You just gotta beat 15. Your legacy cemented, 8.
That's all you gotta.
You just gotta beat 15.
Because you under like you, he's only lost one game to the NFC in his career, right? Like it's like 15-1 or something. Like you beat Patrick in the AFC Championship game, you will win the Super Bowl. Because I don't know, like okay, you got Detroit, but is Detroit's defense it'll be a shootout? Who do you trust more, Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson? I trust Lamar Jackson.
You said Jared Goff or Lamar
Jackson? Like because Detroit, whoever wins the NFC North is probably going to go to the Super Bowl because they're going to be.
Well, who knows about that? Who knows about that?
I mean, NFC North is the best division football. Like whoever wins the NFC North is going to get the bye week, and they're going to host the NFC Championship game. You're probably going to play either another NFC North opponent or who's the best team now in the NFC North in the NFC right now.
I think when you look across the divisions, I mean, I like this.
The Commanders?
I like this Washington team and what they're doing with Jaden Daniels.
Here's my thing about Washington.
If you say who they play, I'm going to say they play professional football teams.
I'm not talking about the record. I'm just talking about how many Arizona teams that Cliff Kingsbury had that started off hot like this, and then they're 7-1.
But now he's an OC. All he's got to do is focus on the offense, and you see how they've been able to cook.
Well, I mean, he was the head coach. He was also calling plays for the offense in Arizona.
But now now all he does is focus on offense, not having to worry about decisions.
He's had too many offenses in Arizona that start off hot, and then next thing you know, they've lost 6 in a row. But the Bucs, you could say the Bucs, but they don't have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Or we don't know how long Mike Evans.
I actually really like. They said at least 3 weeks until after their bye. I really like this Bucs team too. I was fairly shocked at the outcome. I really thought yesterday it was going to be a really more competitive game. So I was really shocked at
the outcome. Well, once Mike Evans goes out, like that's Mike Evans is your play stretcher for Chris Godwin. So that team's injured. Okay, you play them. Like as a Packers fan outside of NFC North, who do you not want to play in the NFC Championship game?
49ers.
Nah, they're done. They're cooked.
They be on some bullshit.
They are cooked.
49ers. Seattle can give you a good run. I think Atlanta, if they figure out a way, especially on the defensive end, to get a few more stops, their ability to run the ball could be good.
Atlanta is Atlanta.
I don't know. I think the Vikings are tough. I think the Bears are tough, and obviously you already know what the fuck going down at Lambeau Field. So
that's what I'm saying. Like outside of the NFC North, as a Packers fan, who scares you in the NFC?
49ers. I don't want to play the 49ers.
Dog, the 49 Ayuk is gone. Kittle can't stay healthy. Like the 49ers are done. Like we can put that to bed.
Gonna come back.
Huh?
And yo, you want to hear something crazy? I'm sitting here looking at this Dynasty League team.
Uh-huh.
Listen to the people that I have that just went out in the last 2 days. Mike Evans.
Yep.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Forgot about this one. Jamison Williams.
Yeah, he's going to get 2 games.
Tajay Spears. Javon Baker and Roman Wilson are too young to get real snaps. DeAndre Hopkins is my other wide receiver. And then I drafted Troy Franklin.
Like for me, my only weak spot that I feel like in our Dynasty League right now is that last flex spot. Because Dallas Goedert is out.
Mm-hmm.
He would usually go where Dalton Schultz is. I got to find a way to get someone more reliable than Christian Watson in that spot. I was hoping it'd be a Donnie Mitchell, but it's not. So we're still trying to tinker with the 2 flex spots. But other than that, like Tony Pollard had a good year.
Tony Pollard's had a better year in Tennessee than I
Yeah.
think I would have thought.
Like
I'm not
James
going to hold.
Conner's having a good year. Montgomery scores every week. Marvin Harrison, he gonna get his life together. Devontae, like I feel good.
I'm just sitting here, like, honestly, just laughing at my wide receiver room because what the hell just happened? A couple weeks ago, Malik Neighbors couldn't stay on the field. Now Malik Neighbors is my number one wide receiving option.
Which isn't bad because he gets the most targets.
Yeah, he
Like he
does.
get.
Speaking
I
of
mean,
targets,
do you need some wide receiver help?
nah, I'm not making any trades right now. I'm gonna ride this one out.
All
Pause.
right.
Speaking of having a target, let's go back to Bounty Gate. Back in the days when Sean Payton was there. Well, he came back. He came back this past Thursday as the Broncos visited the Chiefs. We don't have to stay here long, but if you watch that game, do you not agree that the Saints looked lifeless? I felt bad for the professional football team out of New Orleans and them fans that had to sit there and watch that.
You call yourself no. What do you say when you predict the future?
D. Mixtradamus.
Yeah, D. Mixtradamus. I don't know what that variation is for me, but I told y'all the Saints were fool's gold. After week 2, they had scored 75,000 points. Like they're the Saints. Chill out. And I hate the Saints. Like I am a Saints hater. So this is I had a lot of fun watching that game. You getting cooked by Bo Nix, that's what y'all deserve. Have fun. Dennis Allen, enjoy your trip to the unemployment line, even though you're going to get paid a lot of money to leave. They're in cap hell for the next 3 years. I am just going to enjoy watching the Saints downfall. I love it. You can't trade anybody because the cap, like they restructure those contracts. They can't get rid of these people. Good. Let's watch the Saints sing. Give it to me.
Listen, Drew Brees didn't play the way he played for this. We got to get it together in the Big Easy. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Well, you can watch LSU.
I got a college football dynasty with them.
You bet. You can watch LSU because I'm enjoying this.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Love it.
Speaking of things that you love, you want to speak on your Eagles? You want to ISO real quick? You talk your stuff about the Eagles and the Giants? Yo, I think somewhere in our offseason preview, I may have said the Giants might get one on the Eagles. I may have said it. I'm not sure. I may have said it, though. I just want to let everyone know. Every time I get a sliver of thought that the Giants could beat the Eagles in a football game, like when I start thinking about the pieces that the Giants be having, all I got to do is go back and just watch these two teams play because at this point, it's getting laughable. It's getting laughable. The Giants' badass offense can go up and play Seattle in Seattle and score all these points. But when they play the Eagles, this is a high school offense all of a sudden. I'm in disbelief. Danny, please take it away.
Here's what I'll say. Thank you for bringing that up because they win in Seattle. They play Cincinnati tough. Oh, the Giants are kind of scrappy. They lose by 25 to the Eagles. Now they ask the win doesn't count. Philadelphia, oh, they still some frauds. I just want to point that out because the past 2 weeks,
y'all still some ass. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not saying the Eagles don't have anything. I'm not saying the Eagles are contenders in any shape or form. I'm just saying the past 2 weeks we have talked about the Giants in a light that, hey, they're a little scrappy, but then they get their ass kicked at home, and it's like, well, they're just the Giants. That's it. Only thing I got to say is I hope Jalen learned how to throw in the middle of the field. Because that touchdown to A.J. Brown wouldn't have happened if he threw to a wide open Devontae Smith on 3rd and 3. Devontae would still be running. That's the only gripe I have. Jalen does not like throwing in the middle of the field.
If you had Devontae Smith like I did in one league, you better hope that you had some other people who just scored enough points.
But you know what? He's going to have a big game Sunday against Cincinnati because that's how Devontae has been a 1,000-yard receiver like the past 2 or 3 years. Like it evens itself out. Like he'll have a week like this, one catch for -2 yards, and then watch against the Bengals. He'll have like 7 for 120 and a tutty.
Hey,
that's how it works.
Listen, I'm gonna keep on starting them. Let me tell you,
the
league I got Devonta Smith in, I still think I don't even know how this team has 2 wins, 3 and 4. It might be 3 and 4 now. I don't know how this team's 3 and 4, but like my wins, I put up like 140 to 160 on people. So that lets me know my team gets busy. It's these other people who be having these fluke ass weeks out the blue. They go for like 170 to your 150, and now you sitting here like, oh.
That's the worst. And I'll say one more thing about Philadelphia. Cooper DeJean, whoo! That white boy from Iowa. I saw a tweet that said him and Reed Blankenship, they're gonna call him secondary and spell it Dairy. Yeah,
All
dog.
right. All right. See,
Yeah.
everybody can't come to the cookout.
No, secondary is hilarious. Cooper DeJean, whoo! And Brenton Covey, stay on IR, bro. You ain't getting your return
people
job.
and always wanting to skip. You know what?
To
Listen,
invite people to the cookout. I hate that shit.
let's talk about
hate
the
it.
Packers and beating up on H Town's finest, the Texans.
Yeah, talk about it.
Did you watch the game?
So no, I was watching the Eagles game, but I had
makes
I
sense,
had
they
the
were on.
Eagles
Okay.
game on TV, and then on my iPad I had Red Zone, so I saw like Jordan Love being Jordan Love.
I did watch the entirety of the game. Here's what I'll say: both defenses for both teams play absolutely amazing, but the Packers defense, man, this shit gives me that feeling.
Xavier McKinney. I don't. There's no like most improved player in the NFL, but Xavier McKinney has turned that defense around.
Well, he's helped. Remember, we got a new defensive coordinator who was the head coach at Boston College last year, Jeff Hadley.
Okay,
He'll soon be an NFL head coach in the coming years.
But still, like his ball hawking, he's had an interception every game, but 2, right?
Well, yes. No, well, every game except maybe 2. Here's the thing: in his defenses, he relies heavily on the safety. And we run a lot of single high safety, and we have a lot of eyes on the football. So that's why that Xavier McKinney signing was so big for us, because he's a really smart player. He's got really good ball instincts. Man, the Packers, man, we force a turnover in every game this season. We get after it.
Yeah, he plays like he is not Ed Reed's level, but he plays like center field. Like, yep.
And then this guy, Jordan Love, man.
Talk about him.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all lucky I don't go get the ether instrumental when I say something like this.
Oh,
but I'm going to keep telling y'all. Hey, you got to feel the love. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. You trying to sell Christian Watson?
I'm thinking about it. You know what? But you know what makes me feel happy?
What?
Knowing that when healthy, the Eagles can beat a good team like the Packers. Like when healthy.
Yeah, on a field that's not slippery and slide. Yo, y'all,
they played on the same field. You said when I
more than y'all won that game.
Whatever.
But 1-0, y'all got the win.
When healthy, like that was the Eagles' best game. Like the offense looked great.
Oh, please. Let me tell you something. I wish that we played in a cookie cutter division like the NFC East, but instead we playing with them hitters.
Whoa.
We playing with them
NFC
hitters.
North has been a doormat for 25 years, and the one year
that's not
the
true.
1 year
that's not true.
The Lions and the Bears have been a joke my entire life. I am 35.
Okay, the Bears have been consistently bad, but over the years, there have been the Packers and the Vikings have won the division the most.
Yes.
Lions just started recently getting good, and Chicago has taken a step this year.
1 year that division is good, and you out here talking like this.
The last 2 years, it was at least 3 of us that was decent.
You out here talking that cash.
Y'all listen. Just
the NFC East over the past 20 years has been more competitive than the NFC North.
Yes, because y'all so ass. It's not competitive. Y'all just ass.
Oh, okay.
Y'all keep at least 2 teams with a top 10 pick.
Like
at least 2.
All right.
We may put the team in with the number 1 overall pick, but best believe at number 3 is going to be the Giants, and at number 6 is going to be them darn Commanders.
You have forgotten where you came from.
And on a funky year, y'all might put 3 in the top 10 because don't act like Philadelphia has always been sunny and shiny over there with them Eagles.
You have forgotten where you've come from because, buddy, The NFC. Is Kyle in here? Kyle, can you look up the win percentage of the NFC North and the NFC East the past 20 years and tell me who has a better win percentage?
Well, that's because y'all been listen. Can we talk? How about the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl rematch? Chiefs win the Super Bowl rematch. They go to the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was in Kansas City. When I found out it was in the Bay, I was like, oh yeah, San Francisco got something for them. Okay, I just don't understand. At what point do we just say these Chiefs, they're just better than everybody, even when they're not playing good? Patrick Mahomes is out here stinking up the joint. Like he is really stinking up
and
the
he's
joint.
still in the MVP conversation. Like he has the second best odds to win MVP behind Lamar.
God, I see how you work. I don't like it in this case.
No, God, I see how you work for Patrick. Work for me like that. Work for me.
Me too. Me too. Because there's been some tomfoolery. Me too.
Work for me like that. But I think it's the Chiefs have the best defense in football by a mile. That's why they're good.
Man.
Because even if it was the defense from last year or 2 years ago, like they'd probably be 500.
They just hold like it is. They just hold you, bro. It's crazy, honestly. They timely blitz. They play smart. Their corners are really, really good. So I like what they're doing there. Listen, you think Steve Spagnuolo has a chance at being a head coach?
Nah, Steve will never be another head coach again. Like he is definitely like I'm gonna be a coordinator. Like he's like Vic Fangio. Like, yep, did the head coach thing. Not for me. I'm gonna stick to being a defensive coordinator, and we're gonna keep it at that.
Yeah, and then players just go where he go. Like, yo, I know in his defense, in his defensive scheme, I got XYZ numbers. Wherever he go, I'm gonna find a way to go there.
Like, goodness gracious, you watching this Boston game?
Oh yeah, it's this is an ass kicking. Let me tell y'all something. If you didn't know, it's NBA opening day. Lake Show. Just gotta remind y'all. Just in case y'all forgot about who about to raise they been a number 18. Although, as I look at the Celtics right now, let me tell you something. They're gonna be a tough out.
Do you have any other NFL thoughts before we jump to the NBA? Because I got one more NFL thought.
Thoughts on Jaden Daniels and the Commanders and where they sit at? Do you think this injury is going to be serious or not? And then we saw a few wide receiver injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your thoughts on which team got impacted the most by wide receiver injuries.
Jaden, I think he's week to week with a rib injury. They're still doing tests. I think the Commanders. Again, I want to see them second half of the season, right? Like I said earlier, Cliff Kingsbury seems to get off to these hot starts, and then it just cools off. So let's see what they look like a month from now. I'm not saying they're pretenders. They probably will win the NFC East. I just need to see it.
Have they played y'all yet?
No, so I think we play them first on a Thursday night in DC. No, they come to us on a Thursday night, and then we go to DC end of the year. So that I need to see it end of the year because, like I said,
I think that game. I'm gonna be honest. Eagles Commanders this year might be pure comedy.
It might
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. That might be pure. Yo, I don't know which stadium might get a little rowdier first. They start off in Philly, so I'm at least banking on 1 to 2 televised or not televised Twitter fights coming just off that.
So here's the thing about that. When's the last time and also when's the last time you've seen a video on Twitter of someone fighting at the link?
I feel like all the time.
I haven't seen one in a while, but I see people fight in other stadiums. And it's like, oh man, all these Eagles fans are dressing up in other fans' apparel and going to stadiums and fighting.
That's probably what's going on.
That's what's going on. They're sleeper cells.
I wouldn't put it past them. Okay. Wide receivers.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Bucks are in a really dangerous place. Cade Otton, Rashad White, it's your time. What's funny is in one league, I traded Cade Otton because I needed a wide receiver so bad at my superflex position. So I traded Cade Otton and a pick for Cortland Sutton. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think as soon as I sent that trade, I instantly regretted it. But it was fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, luckily for the Bucks, they play in literally the worst division of football. Like every other team in that division sucks. Well, Atlanta doesn't suck, but it's Atlanta, right? Like Atlanta needs to break that curse before I'm like, and I said Atlanta will win that division, but like I still need to see it.
Bam, that's crazy.
Yeah, did you see that video Bam was referring to?
No.
So yeah, there was a guy after the Ravens Commanders game, like he is walking down the street fighting anyone in a Commanders jersey, and these two guys are standing by a car in Commanders jerseys, like just minding their business, and like he snuffs one and knocks him out, but he got arrested. He going, it's not funny, like it's fucked up, man.
Because why he did that?
Why he did it? Like white on white crime. Like dude was just, like the two dudes are just standing by the car chilling, and he just roll up on and snuff one of them.
I reckon I got a problem with anybody around these parts with a Commander's jersey.
Like just walked up on them, and the thing is, the way he walked up on them, like they could tell he was about to do something aggressive, but they didn't have enough time to react to whatever aggression was coming their way. And next thing you know, old boy on the ground, eating pavement.
He probably was telling everyone around him, hey, next Indian with a Ravens jersey, next Indian with a Commander's jersey, I'm knocking out. He said, what is?
There's one right there. Bet. Roll up on him and knocked him out. I can't believe you haven't seen that video.
Hold on. Holy shit!
I can't.
No.
Bam, can you send him that video,
No.
Bam, if you can find it?
I'm fucking crying because I'm telling you, it went one of those two ways because you just don't do that. I just know somebody egged him on. Hey,
I gotta find
that. I see with a Commander's jersey on, I'm knocking out, and it was like, what shit? There's two over there.
Nah, I gotta find this. We're gonna. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. All right. I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh my fucking god!
Where the share button at? Here it is.
Oh my stomach! Oh.
Right. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what happened.
Do we got a straggler? I don't lose. Listen, ain't nothing on the streets more dangerous than a what?
Like, ain't nothing more dangerous.
See, but what I'm talking about and laughing about is the lead up to all that, because I just know he had to have said, I'm knocking out the next I see in a Commander's jersey.
And you know how we know that? Because, like you said, someone said we got a straggler.
Yeah,
that's the second part. You right.
And that's who I know is instigating it. He was like, "Well, shit, big dog, if you feel that strong, we got two of them Johns right over there.
They're over there,
right over there. I got something for him right now, Buster." You know he called him a buster.
He called them busters.
Oh my god, yo, my stomach is hurting. Okay. Cool, we got our commissioner talk, our fantasy talk out the way. Yo, fantasy football is some bullshit. I don't know why I signed up for 9 leagues, but I'm in it now. I told y'all week 1 when I went 8-1 that this was gonna be some bullshit. This like every week after. I've been 4-5 ever since. So you know what that tells me?
Some bullshit.
The median for me is 4-5. I have to figure out how to win 5 games in a week because I don't think I'm ever going to get back to 8-1. That was a magical ride.
I went undefeated this week. I went 3-0.
Let me ask you something. If you had certain players across multiple leagues, would you find a way to start them in every league that you can just so you could have that peace of mind knowing that you start them everywhere you can? Or would you always go for the best lineup regardless?
I try to go for the best lineup regardless, but most of the time the best lineup regardless is playing the same player because usually that same player is someone you use a high draft pick on, right? Like I have Jalen Hurts in multiple leagues. I ain't gonna sit Jalen.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about like because I got like Justin Jefferson in a few leagues. Every week I'm starting him. I'm talking like Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah, that's matchup based. 100%.
Rashad White.
I would treat each league differently depending on what's available in matchups, right? Like, because if you have Zach Ertz and Cade Otton.
I have them two in a bunch of leagues actually.
Okay, yeah, so it would definitely be matchup based.
Some of these are like super flex leagues where I have multiple opening options, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should just start them wherever I can now.
Yeah, I would. It would definitely be case by case.
In NCAA news, I think the biggest thing was Tennessee beats Bama at home, which is big because now Bama has 2 losses. So
Yeah,
listen, they can't really afford another loss. But if my NCAA Hendricks, stop, watch out. If my NCAA calculations are correct, then you can make the playoffs as a 9-3 team. You just have to win out.
Yes, they're gonna have to win the SEC championship.
Or well, I've made the playoffs in NCAA as a 9-3 team, but I was the best. Like I got in as number 12, or number 11, something like that.
Because
next biggest thing was Texas got bit by some dogs. Let me tell you something. Were you watching the game?
I was.
Yeah, that turned into an ass kicking quite quickly.
Well, after the refs reversed that, which was the right call, by the way. I know Kirby Smart was upset, but that was the right call. Like there seemed to be some hope.
They tried to steal it from us. You see the season his team.
He said, and your network doubted us. Yeah. Oh, Kirby was in his bag.
Yeah, we was like, wait, Kirby. I mean, yes, people probably pick Texas, but Kirby, you've won 2 national championships in the last 4 years. I think you will be
You're fine. Okay. You're the highest paid coach in college football
for a reason.
Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you.
Yeah, he's feisty. You can tell Kirby was a shit talker. You can tell. Let's do some quick picks for our college games, our weekly college game picks. Thursday night football, Syracuse versus Pitt. Pitt's number 19. I watched them last week. They looked pretty good.
I'm taking Pitt because they're at home. Like Thursday night games, I try to take the home team because that is a quick turnaround, Saturday to Thursday.
You saw what happened last Thursday in Blacksburg.
No, what happened?
Oh, Boston College came in and we beat them boy down.
Oh, baby Jalen Hurts went off?
He had a pretty solid game. Yo, it must be tough. You see, you got to go to Virginia Tech on a Thursday night.
Yeah, like that's tough. Yeah, and it's not Pitt and Syracuse, they're kind of close, but yeah, like
it might be a rivalry. Huh? Or maybe I'm thinking of Pitt Boston College or Syracuse Boston College.
Yeah, Syracuse Boston College is like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Syracuse to Pitt. That's a plane ride.
Friday night football. Excuse me. Friday night football, we got number 17 Boise State and Ashton Genty, the Heisman hopeful, versus 6-1 UNLV, who's coming off a win versus Oregon State last week. Feels like if UNLV wins out, they have a chance of being that best of 12 winner in the college football playoff. Who are you picking on this one?
I'm taking Boise. Give me Genty until someone proves me wrong.
I like Ashton Genty to have a crazy game, but give me UNLV to win this game.
Okay.
Number 12 Notre Dame versus number 24 Navy. Quick note: Army and Navy are both ranked.
Crazy. That might be the most interesting game of the entire season. When usually it's the worst game.
Navy got to go up against. I mean, Notre Dame got to go up against this triple offense. The triple option. I know. You just hate that week as a football player. Imagine having to play them both. Like you have to play Army and Navy.
I hate it.
Yeah. Who you got?
But give me Navy. Notre Dame. It's time to wet the bed.
I like Notre Dame on the road. I think they're going to figure out a way to shut down Navy. I know this is their annual game. I don't even remember the last time Navy has beaten Notre Dame historically. I like Notre Dame. The new number 1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks, host number 20 Illinois. Do you have an upset brewing in Eugene?
I want to. This is me thinking about Oregon from a historical standpoint and just how like they've never been able to just complete the job. I'm going to take Oregon, but it's going to be close. Like I'm talking field goal.
I think it's Brett Bielema who's there.
Yeah.
I know he's been building this program. They're playing well. Hard to go in Eugene and win. Give me number 1 Oregon. Alabama looking to bounce back. Number 15 coming in against number 21 Mizzou, who's still hoping to make sure they have a say, maybe in an SEC championship game if they win out. You think Alabama gets 3 losses on their record before we hit November?
Nah, give me Bama.
I think Bama's going to be locked in. It's hard to go into Bryant Denny and win. I think they're going to be locked
Yeah.
in. Give me Bama. Maybe the biggest matchup in terms of top 25 teams, LSU versus A&M. This is always a big rivalry game for these two ever since they joined the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Brian Kelly and company going into Kyle Field and beating the Aggies?
I do. I know Brian Kelly's not. I like to make fun of Brian Kelly for being a choke artist, but A&M historically are bigger choke artists. So I'll take LSU.
Here's my thing. It's hard to go into Kyle Field and win. They beat Notre Dame earlier. No, Notre Dame. They barely lost to Notre Dame. Right? No, they beat Notre Dame.
I think they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah. So I think they won at home versus Notre Dame earlier. I think they're going to win again today on Saturday versus an even better LSU team. Give me the Aggies in this one.
Okay.
All right. NBA. I know the Celtics. They're currently putting the spanking currently on the Knicks.
Yep.
After that, TNT also has the T-Wolves and the Lake Show. And by the way, listen, I told y'all stop playing with us. Hold on. I told y'all stop playing with us. Y'all denied my man his defensive player of the year before. Not this year.
I got some news for you, buddy.
Y'all let that team up in Boston win number 18. But guess what? Not this year. Ain't no 19. We dead now.
That's dead?
That's dead.
Okay.
Y'all told me my man couldn't play with his son. Now look at us. Y'all said it can't be done. Y'all said it's washed king. Y'all said, why Bronny even here? That's what y'all said. What we talking about? Tell y'all, so you know I'm Lake Show, D-Lo, Bron, Reeves, Bronny, Connect Foe. I know y'all saw that preseason game. Brother was, man, let me tell you something. JJ, you saw it. That brother dangerous. Listen, that's all I'm saying right now. I'm hyped for the NBA season, if you can't tell. It's my type of season. We got to enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last season the NBA is going to be on TNT for quite some time.
That's the
You got to enjoy it. Got to enjoy it. Danny, we do this every year. You already know. Let's do some predictions for the NBA season. Let's start with playoff teams.
Okay.
And our seedings. Let's start with the Eastern Conference.
Okay. Are we doing records too, or just?
Let's do records.
Okay. So I'll go. I did 9 teams because of the play-in. I didn't do 10. I just did 9. Mm-hmm. So at 9, I got Toronto at 35 and 47. 8, Orlando 40 and 42. 7, I also have Miami at 40 and 42. 6, I have Indiana 42 and 40. Cleveland at 5, 43 and 37. 4th, Philadelphia 47 and 35. I would have them higher, but Embiid has already said he is not playing in back-to-back games. I think the Sixers are going to be punting on a lot of games this season, and that's going to come back to bite them in seeding. 3rd, I have Milwaukee, 49 and 33. I know Chris Middleton is not starting the season, but I don't think Giannis is going to let last season happen again. He's not. I got New York 2nd. Doesn't look like it right now, though. I got them winning 54 games, 54 and 28. And then Boston as the 1 seed, 61 and 21. I think they have this wrapped up rather early, and tonight is early vindication that Boston is going to win 60 games again.
Yeah, Boston looks like, oh man, I don't. Listen, dead that 19 banners.
Yeah,
dead that 19 banners talk. Let me tell you something. In the Eastern Conference, I'm going to laugh at myself for this one. 9th, I got the Washington Wizards.
I was going to talk about the Wizards later, so it's not as crazy as you think. Go ahead.
I have them at 39 and 43.
Mm-hmm.
an eighth. Not gonna hold you. I'm gonna put. So wait, does who makes the play? The eighth seed makes the playoffs.
Yeah, so no, you got to fight for 8. So we should have done 10 because 10 plays 9, and then 7 plays
It don't
8.
matter. You're saying your eighth seed was ultimately who did you have?
Orlando was my 8.
Yeah.
The Wizards would be my 10th. So
All right.
the
So
Wizards
I
would be
have
my
the
10th.
Wizards being the first team out of the
Okay.
playoffs at ninth. I have the Sixers being the last team in
Oh wow.
at 41 and 41. Wait, no.
Okay.
No. I had the Wizards at 39 and 42, right?
Yep.
Um
Wait, 39 and 42. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, that's
I have
81 games. So they 39 and 43.
39 and 43. So that's what I have the Wizards at. I got the Sixers at 8th seed at 40 and 42.
Okay.
I have at the 7th seed. I actually not gonna hold you. I kind of like the Miami Heat
I had the,
as the 7th seed.
I had them at 7-2.
I like them to be split dead even, 41 and 41.
Okay.
6th seed. I have the Bucks.
I could see, like there's a world where that happens. Like this isn't asinine.
I have them at 43 and 39. That was the 6th seed. The 5th seed. Now I have actually the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. I had them as 5-2.
At 45 and 37. That math add up? Yes.
No, 43 and 30. 43 and 37 is 8.
40.
No, you're right. Minus 43. 39. So yeah, 43, 39.
43, 39. 5th seed.
Yeah.
4th seed, I have the Orlando Magic, actually.
You buying into Paola?
Yes.
Okay.
45 and 37, I have for the Magic.
Okay.
That was the 4th seed.
Yep.
3rd seed, I have the Pacers, actually.
Really? If Pacers are top 3 seed, Rick Carlisle's coach of the year.
I have the Pacers 50 and 32.
Wow. We got the Pacers winning 50 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the Knicks as the 2 seed, 56 and 26.
Okay.
And then I have the Celtics as the number 1 seed at 67 and 15.
Oh, wow. That's the record, isn't it? No, the Warriors have the record.
Yeah, 72 and 9. The team Bromby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, I know I have the big gap. I mean, the big jump for the Pacers, but it's possible.
Yeah. I'm not. The reason I have the Pacers at 6, I have them at 42 and 40. I don't think Tyrese Halliburton is a tier 1 superstar. And if he's the best player on your team, you can only go so far.
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe Tyrese Halliburton is going to take the step, even though he's no longer a Nike athlete, which sucks. But Western Conference, talk to me about your standings.
Yeah, so if I did 9, but I will say the 10th team would be Golden State. At 9, I have Houston. Okay. 43 and 39. And I'm going to say right now, I don't have New Orleans anywhere near the playoffs because I need to see New Orleans before I believe in New Orleans. The 8th seed, I got the Lakers at 45 and 37.
I think that's crazy as hell.
I mean, that's where they've been. That's where they've been the past 3 years, and they haven't gotten better. Sacramento at 7, 47 and 35. At 6, I have Memphis, 30 and 52. 5 seed, I have Phoenix.
50 and 32.
Huh?
50 and 32.
That's what I said.
You said 30 and 52.
Oh, my bad. 50 and 32. Thank you. 5th seed, Phoenix, I have them at 52 and 30. The 4 seed, I have Dallas.
So you tell me you think the Suns are better than the Lakers. What have the Suns done to get better?
Suns have Kevin Durant.
We have LeBron James.
They have Bradley Beal and Devin Booker.
We have Anthony Davis.
But you guys start Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves can hoop.
If Austin Reeves is your third best player, you are the 8th seed in the West, as you have been for the past 2 years.
Yo, who's your third best player? Klay Thompson? Okay.
Well, you can make the case it's Derek Lively. It's Derek Lively.
If Klay Thompson and Derek Lively is your third best player, oh buddy,
you can go to the finals
get
like they did last year.
Hey, too.
They made it. What was LeBron at last year in June?
Hey, same place Luka was at right after.
Hey. At 4, I got Dallas at 54 and 28. Third seed. I know we keep saying the window is shut, but Nikola Jokic is still playing basketball. I have Denver 55 and 27. 2 seed Minnesota 58-24. And then the 1 seed I have OKC 60 and 22.
I'm buying that OKC gas. I'm not with it.
You're not with it? It's not because of the top of the roster. They added Hardenstein and they added Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. I think that takes a lot of pressure off Shea. Like now you can rotate Caruso to the teams. Like Caruso can go guard Kyrie, or like Caruso can go guard the team's, best player, and Shea can guard the second best player, which I think preserves him on the offensive end. Not to say that Shea can't play defense, but that's why you go get Alex Caruso.
Not a bad one. I like it. All right. I'm going to start at the playoff teams. That'd be easier for me. Although, here's what I'll say. My 10th seed probably would have been the Utah Jazz.
Okay. Oh, Danny Ainge would hate that.
My 9th seed probably would be the New Orleans Pelicans.
Okay. So you're not buying the Pelicans either?
No, I am not. No, I am not. My 8th seed, I actually like the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
I like the Sacramento Kings at 46 and 36.
Okay.
I like the Suns at the 7th seed at 47 and 35.
Okay. I could see that.
I like the Mavericks at the 6th seed.
You crazy, but keep going.
At 48 and 34.
Okay.
That's the 6th seed.
Yep.
5th seed.
Yeah.
5th seed. Now, you think I'm crazy before. Listen to this. 5th seed, I like the San Antonio Spurs.
5th or okay.
5th seed. San Antonio Spurs, 49 and 33.
Okay.
4th seed, Los Angeles Lakers.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
50 and 32.
The fuck? The Lakers are not winning. The Lakers are not winning. You don't believe that shit at all. The Lakers not winning 50 games. You don't believe that shit at all.
Right, now you playing. Why we can't?
You don't believe that at all.
Yes, I do.
D'Lo is your point guard, and your third best player is Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. 3rd seed, Oklahoma City Thunder, 51 and 31.
Okay.
Did I already say the T-Wolves?
No, you haven't said that the two
so
Denver and Minnesota are your last two.
Yeah. So Denver is going to be my 1 seed. Minnesota, I have Minnesota as the 2nd seed at 54 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Denver being the 1 seed at 59 and 23.
So no one reaches 60 for you in the West.
No.
So let's go back to the Lakers getting a top 4 seed. How does that happen? Go.
Let me tell you something. The evolution of where JJ Redick is going to take us offensively.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think mixed with LeBron, AD, D'Lo, Rui, Austin Reeves having more chemistry in this lineup because this will be our lineup. The addition of Dalton Connect, who I believe is going to be Rookie of the Year. Bronny, who's going to be a really good player after his stint in the G League. We're going to have Vando coming back. This is going to be a really good team.
Okay.
We were really good against a lot of teams not named the Denver Nuggets last year.
I'm glad you have that much faith in the Lakers.
Yo, your third best player is Klay Thompson.
The Mavericks got better this offseason. That roster from top to bottom, it's one of the best rosters in the league. Go look at that roster and then go look at your roster.
I like our roster. We'll play y'all. We play y'all. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
MVP, go.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, I got Ant-Man. Like, there's something to be said about the Olympic leap. Like, there's something about Ant going to Paris, practicing with his idols and his peers and realizing, oh, I'm just as good as them if I work as hard as them. Like, I think like there's 3 players that are going to define this season: Ant, Ja, and Wemby.
All right. I'm actually 1,000% with you. I like Ant for MVP too. It also made me add another award to the agenda, which I forgot they added this one. Clutch Player of the Year. I like Ant-Man to win MVP. Listen to this. I like Ja Morant to win Clutch Player of the Year.
Really? That's interesting. For me, I wouldn't give it. I don't know if Ja's inefficiencies with his jump shot, if he'll have enough moments to win Clutch Player.
But he has the will of a champion in his blood. He will lead this franchise back and make y'all remember that he's still Ja freaking Morant. Almost had me saying.
Well, Clutch Player of the Year would be Luka.
That'd be a good one. Defensive Player of the Year for you. Come on now. Go ahead and
say
it.
The second player, I said, this is going to be the year of Wemby. Wemby is going to start his run of multiple Defensive Player of the Years this year.
He ain't earned the cliche. Anthony freaking Davis.
How do you have the Spurs as the 5 seed and in return Wemby doesn't win any awards? That's not going to happen.
Oh, he gonna win Most Improved Player. Most definitely.
Okay, so I had him as my Most Improved Player too.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis gonna win Defensive Player of the Year.
Wemby.
Anthony freaking Davis.
Wemby is going to win Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved Player.
Is that crack you're smoking, my good fellow? You're crazy.
This time in March.
Let's watch Anthony Davis tonight. 30-point, 30-20 game tonight. 2 blocks, guaranteed. I'm stamping it.
Well, watch the Spurs. The Spurs play Dallas Thursday. Watch Wemby. Listen, man.
Yeah, no, you watch Wemby.
I am watching. I'm.
You
almost said something. Listen, come April, we're going to be having the conversation: is Wemby the best player in the NBA?
Shit, we can start that by give it 2 weeks. You're gonna be starting it. Yo, the Celtics are pouring it on. Oh my.
Yeah, this game's over.
Oh my good Lord.
We can turn
Rookie of the Year. I got Dalton Connect. Who you got?
I wanted to pick Dalton Connect. I don't know if he's going to get the minutes. The Wizards are going to be so bad, and Alex Sarr is going to be the only player on that roster who looks somewhat like a professional player. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Not bad. Another sleeper for Rookie of the Year, Donovan Clingan out here in Portland. He might be a good one. He might listen. I might be going to a few of the Trailblazers games against really good teams, so I can see him work. Pause. Who's your NBA Final Four? Talk to me. I want to hear you say it.
So in the East, I got Boston versus Milwaukee, and in the West, I have Oklahoma City versus Minnesota.
Wow. In the East, I have Boston, Orlando.
Really? So you're really buying the Banchero? Like you're all chips in on Banchero?
Watch how the addition of KCP really helps the Nuggets. I mean, not the Nuggets, the
Magic. Will. So if that's the case, is Banchero in the MVP conversation?
He will be in there. He will be. He will be either an MVP or Most Improved Player conversations.
Okay.
In the West,
Go ahead. I know the Lakers. The Lakers versus who?
come on. My Western Conference real talk is Lakers versus anybody. Lakers versus the field.
Jesus.
We here. Who y'all want? Who y'all want us against? The T-Wolves? Got them.
Okay.
Only one team in the Western Conference I do not ever want to see again. It's them players down in Denver, man. Keep Nikola Jokic so far away from my team in the postseason. I'm still having nightmares about how Jamal Murray literally only gets up to play the Lakers.
Yeah, he hates y'all.
He hate us for real. I want to know what we did to him. Well, we won a ring over him, so I guess that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have Lakers T-Wolves conference finals in all seriousness. Lakers T-Wolves.
So who you got in the finals?
Come on. Being at 18 versus being at 19. Lakers Celtics. I'm here for it.
Oh wow, the script writers are really lazy this year. So I guess Lakers win in LeBron's MVP for you, Finals MVP.
I got Anthony Davis win his first Finals MVP.
Oh, okay.
Y'all will respect Anthony 3 Davis.
Okay. I got Minnesota, Boston. I got Boston, man. Like Boston
so
until
all that talk about Dallas, and you think y'all gonna be a second round exit?
Yeah, I do. Like I think, like we talk about, or I talk about the process of losing, and like I think OKC will get their rematch to Dallas in the second round. And I think they'll beat Dallas this time.
That's tough.
But I got Jason Tatum winning his first Finals MVP. Like this Boston team, like you see them right now. They have scored 83 points. There's 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, this is
and if there's any coach in the NBA that can keep this team focused, it's Joe Mazzulla crazy ass.
Mm-hmm. There we go, Knicks. All right, we got a 3. All right, now we only down 23.
Mikal Bridges got the ugliest shot I've ever seen.
Yeah, now you're only down 23. Y'all know what meme to break out when you see that. My favorite meme, one of my favorite memes. The Chris Paul hits a 3 down late.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
In WWE news, I know you see it cooking. The bloodline story is starting to heat up, Danny.
It is.
You see the seeds that they planted a couple weeks ago. A certain young brother came in here and said, "Yo, the fact that they let Jey Uso win the Intercontinental Championship only means that they're setting up an OG bloodline return, and that Solo is going to cost him the belt."
Yep. What happened last night? I do remember you saying that.
Shit.
So no Deestronomics. What happened last night on Monday Night Raw?
Well, the new bloodline cost the OG bloodline member his Intercontinental Championship, which means that the new bloodline members have taken out Roman and Jay and now Jimmy, setting up for what next month should be Survivor Series War Games, which looks like we're getting new bloodline versus old bloodline in a good old-fashioned War Games match.
And then as soon as this bloodline story, this chapter is concluded, we need to
Mr. Rock will show himself.
I'm talking after all that, like this time next year, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. We need that. We need that.
Just know at Survivor Series, you're going to get The Rock coming out there hitting the...
Yeah.
Walking off.
So you think Rock coming Survivor Series? You don't think that's too early? Because I feel like we'd see Rock at the Rumble.
Rumble or Survivor Series, I think you'll see him. He'll come out. He's gonna come out there and say he ain't like that shit you did, Roman, when you was teaming with Cody. I ain't like that shit that you did.
Love you, you, hate your son. Rock was in his bag.
Yeah, I was laughing. MLB, man. Let me tell you something. On Friday, we have a World Series matchup. It's honestly equivalent to my finals pick of Lakers Celtics.
It's the equivalent to the NFL. If there was ever a way that you could get the 90s Cowboys versus the 2000s Patriots every year in the Super Bowl, that's what this would be. Because I don't know what the two biggest brands in football are right now. Dallas
Cowboys
for sure.
always won.
So
I
it's
don't know
like,
who the second team would be.
yeah, it's Dallas versus the field.
Yeah, it's Dallas
Really?
versus the field.
Yeah, which is actually hilarious that they seemingly cannot get back to that one game because the NFL, if you look at it from a marketing standpoint, the NFL is begging the Cowboys be good enough just to
Uh,
get there. That that it's funny. It's some no, we should no. This is not pity party. I'm saying this so we can laugh. The NFL has been begging this team since all these billions of dollars have started coming in from TV deals, endorsements. They've been begging one team, please be good enough just to make it to this game, and we will send this fucking game to the moon. We got
Or
think about the marketing plans they have on deck for when the Cowboys get good enough to make a new Super Bowl in these domes.
or can you at least be competitive enough to make us believe you can make it to the Super Bowl? Like,
No,
can you at
no.
least give me an
They've
NFC
sold
champion?
hope. They've sold hope since 90 whatever.
And it's still
So
selling.
they know you can do that. Now they're asking, yo, can you just make it to the game? That's
When is the next Super Bowl in Cowboy Stadium?
I don't even care because they won't be there. They won't be there. Back to the World Series, though. We got Yankees versus Dodgers, man. We got Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge. We got the two of the three biggest payrolls in Major League Baseball going head to head. This is mano y mano, big brand versus big brand. When you talk to any MLB fan, they got two ways of looking at the Yankees and the Dodgers. Either they love them because they're fans of them, or they hate them because their teams can't spin like them.
That's right. This is great.
So
for
you
baseball.
already know when the script writers were sitting there and they had Yankees versus Cleveland and Dodgers versus Mets, you know that they were saying Mets and Yankees would be cool, but Dodgers, Yankees would feed families for days. This is Biggie versus Pac.
Oh, God.
This Biggie versus Pac all over again.
Oh,
this bad boy versus Death Row.
Oh, my God.
Where we at with it? This is New York versus LA.
It is.
This is Kendrick and them versus I ain't like that shit you did, OG. This is that energy.
It is. And it's beautiful.
Listen, which fan base, which city would be more unbearable with a World Series win?
Oh, the Yankees, because they're an extension of Cowboy fans.
Yo, whoever said this World Series is will be the biggest division in Cowboys fan base history is hilarious because I've never met a Dodgers Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I've never met a Dodgers Cowboys fan either. Usually,
I've met a
Cowboys,
whole lot of Yankees Cowboys fans.
Yeah, like it's definitely the Yankees.
You gotta have something to match them jean shorts with and them
and
Flint 13s.
And them Flint 13s. Those are my favorite Jordans, by the way. I love the Flint 13s, but I can never wear them.
You look like a brother that rocked them Flint 13s.
That's
too.
crazy. I feel like that's
a compliment. That means you would be rocking them. Yeah,
okay.
Have faith in me, brother. Yo, ISO on you because the WNBA wrapped up a few days ago, and the Liberty have won their first WNBA championship in franchise history. Talk to us about the win.
Did you watch Game 5 by chance?
Listen, I'm of the mindset that should have been called the foul, and that's all I'm gonna say about it because I don't want to.
Stewie? You thought that was a foul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
The foul that Stewie made the two free throws to send into overtime.
Yeah. No, wait. Really? No, I don't think that was a foul. That's
okay.
I don't think that was.
I was about to say I didn't think that was a foul either. So did you watch the press conference afterwards with Minnesota coach Cheryl Reeve?
She was like, "Yo, they robbed us." She went harder than Kirby.
She said they not only did they steal it from her, This is the second championship that the refs in the WNBA has stolen from her. Because there was one when Minnesota was in the finals, and there was a shot clock violation that the refs missed, and Minnesota ended up losing another title. She had a real axe to grind. You'll never see that in the NBA. I wouldn't be shocked if she gets suspended. Like you gotta lay the hammer when you have a yeah, like when a coach.
I saw her say that they took it from her, but I stopped watching after. I didn't.
Yeah, like when you have a coach saying that the league has not stolen one but two titles from you, yeah, you getting fined and you getting suspended.
Yeah, but the player association is going to say it was in the heat of the moment. She was.
Nah, you can't question the integrity of your game. You can't do that like that. She gonna get her ass kicked for that, figuratively, not literally. But overall,
gotta correct that in these times.
yeah, you can't question the integrity of your game. But I would say the finals were great. Game 5 was very hard to watch. I think the refs mucked it up. If you're a conspiracy theorist and the league wanted New York to win because they had all these eyeballs, I am not going to argue that conspiracy, considering that the commissioner came out in a dress with the New York skyline on it to hand the trophy to New York. Like it's again, I'm not conspiracy man, but if you are conspiracy man, I am not going to push back on this notion that the league wanted New York to win their first title.
They were also the best teams in the league all year, though.
They were, but I think Minnesota. That wasn't a foul.
It was not.
The possession before that, they called another foul, and Stewie got to the free throw line, and she missed both. So they gave her another chance. Like the free throw discrepancy, I want to say is like 29-8 or 27-8. I don't think Nafisa Collier shot a single free throw the entire game, and she fouled out.
How do you come back from that as a team, as a player?
Like if you're a conspiracy, because Sabrina and Stewie play like dog shit. So if you're a conspiracy theorist, I am not going to push back on that conspiracy now.
You'll entertain the conversation?
I will participate in that conversation. Like the free throw discrepancy, that is major. Like over like damn near 20 more free throws than your opponent.
That actually is crazy the more I think about it.
That adds up.
It's like, yo, dog, who are y'all calling? Are y'all even looking at the other team?
So if you follow Nafisa Collier on Instagram,
she posted a picture where she got hit in the face.
Yeah, like she's posting pictures like great season, but the last 2 pictures of her getting mugged. I will say though, Jonquel winning Finals MVP. I had this conversation with someone on Twitter. I was floored that Jonquel won MVP, and someone said, "Well, she was the most consistent player for New York throughout the finals." And my retort to that is, it's most valuable, not most consistent. Like I can't remember. Like this is very much Iguodala winning Finals MVP over Steph because someone had to guard LeBron. Like this is same energy. Like I can't remember a single thing Jonquel did.
LeBron was still giving him buckets too.
Thank you. Like they were like Jonquel averaged like 17 and 8, which is great, but she didn't make a single play. Like game 3 when they were down on the ropes and Brianna Stewart went off, I think she dropped 40. She had there were plays that Brianna made throughout the entire finals that you were like, yeah, that changed the game. I can't think of one play Jonquel made.
Well, she has the award of champion now. So
well, yeah, because it's redemption because she's been to the finals the past 3 years. 2 years ago, she won league MVP, went to the finals, lost to the Aces. She went to New York, went to the finals last year, lost to the Aces. So this year, she goes to the finals, she wins finals MVP. Like there's vindication there, like good for her, happy for her. I was just personally floored that she won finals MVP.
Hey, maybe Jonquel was too.
I went to bed because it was late, but I would have loved to see everyone's reaction when they announced her in finals MVP. And then the last thing on the WNBA.
Like Iguodala. I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Was Sunday maybe one of the darkest days in Cleveland sports history?
No. Listen, man.
I'm not talking about the injury. I'm talking about where they are as a fan base. That while you see a man with a torn, ruptured Achilles in pain, the first thing that you can do is find a way to cheer because you think that is not only what he deserves, but will help your team in the short and long term.
I have a better question for you.
Talk to me.
Are Philadelphia fans off the hook for Santa Claus?
Wait, excuse me?
Because everyone hangs that over Philadelphia's head, like you threw something at Santa Claus, or your quarterback blew his Achilles out, and y'all were like, "Praise God."
Yo, how the fuck did we get back to Eagle fans?
I'm just asking.
The question was,
the darkest day.
and why would y'all throwing something at Santa?
Because he was drunk. The darkest day in Cleveland sports history is when LeBron left and broke up with you on national TV.
I don't know, man. Listen, no, okay, you're not really hearing me. Yeah, that hurt, but Dan Gilbert and them had some funds to recover from that. Here's why I say this is the darkest day maybe in Cleveland sports fandom history. There is no way you look at this trade in any side and say there's a silver lining. From a player standpoint, you lose the best option you had at quarterback. Y'all, if they kept rolling Deshaun Watson out there, you have to imagine that they've seen what they have at the other quarterback position, and this is the best that they had. The only reason why they got rid of Joe Flacco was because he was too successful.
Yes.
And they couldn't justify paying Deshaun Watson with Joe Flacco on the roster.
You know what's funny about that? Do you listen to Bomani?
Sometimes, yes.
So Bomani has this theory that if you have a black quarterback, you have to have a black backup quarterback so that the starting black quarterback has some safety because the fans are not going to cheer for one black quarterback to be replaced by another one. And the Browns gave him 2 black backup quarterbacks, and he still couldn't be successful. And people were still cheering for the other guy.
Yeah. So from the player aspect, you lose the best option you have at QB.
Yep.
Coaching aspect, you lose the best person to run this offense by a landslide.
Yep.
Clearly.
And you're probably going to get fired.
Yeah, it's not looking too well for you, even though I don't know how much of this is on his fault, but give or take, yeah. From a front office standpoint, this contract is fully guaranteed. Almost 150. He's due 150 million over the next 2 years. From a fan standpoint, if what you want from your team is to be more competitive, the only way to do that is by signing free agents. So all y'all out there who cheered for the Browns, who cheered Deshaun when he tore his Achilles, I want you to know that they've already started projecting next year's salary cap and teams' financial situations. I want to let y'all know the Browns are 81 million in the hole projected next season. With a fully guaranteed contract pretty much on the books that you got to pay for, 70 million next year.
Now let me float something by you. If you're Cleveland and you really want to get out of this deal, do you call the Carolina Panthers and say, we will give you our first round pick, which looks like it's going to be top 10. Take this man off our books. Like essentially a salary dump. Because Carolina got the money. You got Bryce Young and you got Andy Dalton. Who cares if Deshaun Watson there? And you'll probably have 2 top 10 picks, potentially 2 top 5 picks. Would you do that?
Who would the Browns get?
I don't know.
Now, listen. I think if I'm the Panthers, I'm gonna be like, okay, what do you want back? Because I know it's either that or I'm going to fleece you. If you gonna dump this salary on me, cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Panthers, like, yo,
I want you to know I'm going to need this first. I'm gonna need this player and your first round pick, and all I'm gonna give you back is a whole bunch of 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks.
Yeah, like whatever Carolina's willing to give. But if you're Carolina and you have the potential to get 2 potentially top 5 picks, you just got to keep Deshaun Watson on your roster for 2 years. I would do it in a heartbeat.
I might consider that. I might strongly consider that, actually.
And then if you're Cleveland, you rolling with Jameis or DTR.
Jameis, listen, we have to start putting more cameras and mics in front of Jameis Winston. That brother sounded like a principal talking about it.
Oh,
I was raised
hilarious
to never kick a man while he's down.
Like he was preaching. So here it is. If they did that deal, Carolina would have the 2nd overall pick and the 3rd overall pick. Carolina's 2, Cleveland is 3. You would have 2 and 3.
You would put Carolina in a position to take Shador and Travis Hunter back to back.
Yep, that's what I was like. Oh, bring y'all black asses to Carolina.
But that's it. But you got and Dion would be sitting there like, well, I can't tell him no, but
I think Carolina, you're in the NFC South. Like the Bucks are getting old.
Here's
The
what I would
Saints
say
are
though:
in cap hell.
Shador Sanders and Dave Canales' system may do something though.
Hey man, if I'm Cleveland, I make that call. Hey man, you got a problem at quarterback. We got a lot of money. Let's help each other out. Give me that 1st round pick.
No, you're saying that if you're Carolina.
Yeah, if I'm Carolina, we'll take Deshaun, but it's gonna cost you a 1st round pick.
Yo, Browns may be like, we'll take it. They just take all these nasty picks. They would have to take. They'd probably have to take Carolina's 2nd round pick. It'd be like a 2nd, 4th. It'd be a 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
Yeah, and we'll throw in Deontay Johnson. Who cares?
Nah, Deontay Johnson.
Or Adam Thielen. See ya. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm Cleveland, yeah, like if I'm Carolina, and then if you're Cleveland, now you got some money to go get a quarterback. It's not going to be a top tier. It's going to be a Baker Mayfield level quarterback, but it's better than Deshaun.
It's the darkest day in Cleveland sports history. I'm going to reiterate that. I don't know if you're a fan out here who can find a way to tell me any type of silver lining that you have as a Browns fan after this deal, I would love to hear it. I just don't see it. Danny, man, what a show. What a show. We covered a lot. We covered a lot. Go ahead.
One more WNBA thought. The union opted out of the union opted out of their contract, so they have 1 year to negotiate a new contract. If not, there will be a work stoppage. I don't think that's going to happen. They have like 18 months to figure this out.
It's between the league and the players
union. Yeah, so the players union opted out of the contract. They want to bargain for bigger salaries, retirement benefits, and I think another thing, they want each franchise who hasn't already to invest in better facilities, because I think the Connecticut Sun right now hold practice at the local YMCA. Like they don't have a practice facility.
See, that's the shit. I'm like, all right, come on, big.
And Chicago too. Chicago does not have a practice facility.
Here's my thing. My only fear there is that, like Bam said, there might be a lockout season coming because maybe the owner's looking at it like, well, the re-up money hasn't came yet from the TV deals, the new TV deals.
I would say that, but they have 18 months to figure it out because the contract ends October 31st, 2025. The season ends mid-October, so you play all next year. You can negotiate all next year, and then even after the season ends, like you can negotiate all the way. The season starts in May. Well, I don't know when the league year starts because that's when it would start. So you probably have 14 months because I think the draft lottery this year is in December. But that's because there's a new franchise. Yeah, you got 14, 16 months to figure this out.
Oh man, we'll see. I'm very curious. That's it. That's so interesting. Do you foresee a lockout coming?
If I had to put odds on it, I'd say there is a 35% chance of a lockout.
I think one might be coming because I feel like what's going to happen is the owners are going to say the league, the money from the endorsements or our partners hasn't came in yet, and the players are going to say, well, you see what we're doing, with what we have, go get more money.
Yeah, I would think there would be parameters like we're talking about Chicago and Connecticut, right? Like you need to have a practice facility within 4 years, or you're in violation of this bargain. Like it's not going to be you need to get a practice facility tomorrow. Like there's going to be some sort of stipulation, like you need to find a practice facility right now where players have access to, and in the meantime, you need to be building a practice facility within the next 4 or 5, whatever. And I know they're also pushing for retirement benefits for WNBA players. protected maternity leave because of the
I was just getting ready to ask, I wonder if they're gonna have something in there based off the ACEs thing with the girl who got pregnant.
Yeah, with De'Erica Hamby, so they're pushing for protected maternity leave and of course bigger salaries and other
Bigger
stuff.
salaries gonna be a big thing because I bet you some of the vets are like, hold on, like some of these rookies are about to come in here and start getting these crazy contracts.
Well, now's the time, like, to ride the Caitlin Clark wave. Like, now's the time to use her as a pawn.
Yeah. Go ahead,
her and Angel, like
you see the eyes that we're getting with these new players. They're gonna be incredible more.
And Paige is on the way, Juju on the way. Like, it's time to use them as pawns.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Danny, let the good people know where to find you, man. It's a good show today.
Yeah, it was a great show. You can find me. And Bam, do not go see Dejanay Carrington at the local Y. Also,
don't worry. After you go to the Y and see Dejanay, I'm gonna make sure that I go by the local jail and put some money in your books. Bam. Hey, go by there, put a few dollars on his book. Say, hey, that brother was a good man.
Oh, hold on.
That brother was a good man.
Find me on the app, Danny Ocean 41. Find us, Speak on the _pod, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That was hilarious. Yo, where can they find you?
Hey, find me on X, on Twitter, on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, all the social handles at Los D Mix. That's LOSDEEMIX. If you're not a fan of dogs, please don't follow me. My dog just so happens to always follow me around. He literally can't help himself. Even right now, he's just sitting under my desk, staring at me. Dogs are some of the most lovable creatures ever, but it'd be hilarious when you realize they are just like furry babies and they can't help themselves.
My dog's over here knocked out. Before we go, I had to put a camera inside of our home because we have a dog walker now. Because my wife used to be able to leave work early to come home to let our dog out because she's old, right? And she can't hold her pee much longer. But now she has to stay all day, so we had to hire a dog walker to come in. So I put a camera inside the house so like we can see when they come in. I looked on the camera today, and I've never seen someone sleep so well in all my life. Like, she's on the sofa, like stretched out like a human. She's real small, like she's just
the dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Oh,
and I was like, man, oh man, living the life.
You said the watcher, and I was going to say, yo, my brother, you need to.
No, they'd get out.
Call people and fire her immediately.
Yes, she would be fired. But no. I'm talking about the dog.
Yo, I think some of the rings, I want to do something like get a ring, but I just don't. In my current living situation, I can't really. There just isn't one, except if I put one like at my front door. But here's the thing. I would want to see who be walking these halls. I wouldn't want one at the door. Like, I want to put one on the wall that looks down the hallway so I can see who the hell do y'all be bringing around here.
That'd be tough.
That'd be a violation, so I can't do it.
You might get away with the doorbell, but I think they have the peephole too. Hold on.
Yo, it is 91 to 121. What are we talking about?
I turn that off. Yeah, they got a little peephole one. They got a small one. Ring does.
Can you believe Shark Tank did not want to invest in the ring?
They didn't invest in what? In ring? That's crazy. But no, they got a little peephole. You should get that. Let me tell you something. I love Ring.
I feel like I'd be a neighbor's funniest neighbor because I'd always be walking around. I'd be walking around saying some stupid shit. Just like in my regular day-to-day conversations, and without context, it probably be sounding wild.
Dog, like the neighbors part of the app. You know where I live. Once a week. Did someone hear gunshots? Dog, ain't nobody shooting no gun around here.
See, I'm the type. See, I like fooling. I like messing with people and trolling people. I'm the type. Oh yeah, nah, someone just busted off like 15 shots.
So there's someone who does that. There's someone in the app's like, yeah, I heard that too. It sounded like an AK-47. It's like, dog, ain't no AK around here, man. Ain't no AK. Ain't nobody spraying.
Because if you're gonna be stupid enough to get triggered and just be a Karen, then I'm gonna just get you like worked up for no reason just to fuck with you. Those are people I hate.
Oh, one more, and then we can go. Like 2 weeks ago, someone posted Did anybody else hear a girl scream and everyone was like, "You didn't call 911? Why are you on the app? Why didn't you call the police?"
And your first thought was to come in here?
Yes, like and you didn't call the police, huh? Hilarious.
Oh man, I might download the Neighbors app just to see what they talking. I need some good laughs. I need.
You'll
I'd
get
be
'em.
I'd be the Neighbors app just randomly saying stuff. Yo, somebody dog barking too loud. You better get that little mutt.
So, hey, I'm about to load my pistol.
All right, man. Great show per usual, man.